Welcome to Age Potential TV. I'm Lori Campbell, your host, gerontologist, and advocate of your best life, here to introduce you to an emerging trend called age potential. Here's to living out your age potential. As the body cannot live without food, the soul cannot live without meaning and passion. Passion often evolves out of a deep concern about something important to you, and it propels you to act on that concern. Today on Age Potential TV, you'll get a sneak peek of how life-enhancing it is to tap into your inner passion. My guest, Kelli Porthan, will share how her love and concern for Latino children ignited her passion into action. Welcome, Kelli.
Thank you.
You have a love for Latino children. How did that come about?
Well, I think I had the real fortune of getting a job working with Latino students when I was younger, at least like 12 years ago. And it was a bilingual program, and I got to know these students and their families. And I'm also a Spanish speaker and a Spanish teacher, so I've worked with just the Latino culture and people forever. And they just, the culture itself, the people, the children, is just wonderful. And the kids, we just had such wonderful learning moments together that I just really wanted to do something more to help them.
Mm-hmm. So this love of yours for these children has really turned into a nonprofit called Walter's Wish. How did you muster up the courage to actually start a nonprofit?
You know, it's amazing. I can call it divine intervention, but it was one of those moments where I always started my classroom teaching kids about how to be the best they could be. And we'd talk about their dreams and what they wanted to be when they grew up and how they wanted to be doctors and lawyers. And I read one day in the paper this staggering statistic about how 50% in Minnesota of Latino students would graduate from high school, and only 17% of Latino students would get a college degree. And I froze because I thought, they're going to leave my third grade classroom. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll see him once. Otherwise, I'll never see him again. And half of these kids in my room are going to make it through high school. And, you know, maybe a handful will finish college. And it was a moment where I just said, what can I do? And I swear I just felt it, you know, this energy go through me that said, not with my kids. Not with my kids. These are my starfish. What can I do? So, you know, I started bouncing it off people, and I had very supportive people in my life, and they said, you know, Kelli, if God blesses it, it'll happen. And I gathered them all on the steps of Homecroft Elementary School, and I said, I am going to mentor all of you through junior high school and high school, and make sure that you graduate and help you on with college. And when I started that passion and dream, I wasn't quite sure how it was going to unfold, but I knew I had to do it. And I knew if I just kept going at it with the love and passion I had for these kids, that it would work.
Beautiful, beautiful. So how do you think living out this dream or bringing this dream into reality has enhanced you personally, Kelli?
Wow. It's made me come alive in so many ways. It's made me realize that life is so much bigger than me. I think that I live for seeing successes for these kids. They have just amazed me with their love and with their ability to just step up to the plate in their lives and get really great grades. And they take an 1.5-hour bus ride to see me and spend 4 hours or 3 hours with my program, which is now bought by Clues. It's called Youth in Action, so it's got even bigger thanks to Clues. And they spend all that time, and these students have been doing this for 5 years. And just to see them grow and to see all these things that they're doing, and then to see them go from maybe I'll go to college to not only am I going to college, but this is where I want to go. And they've got mentors now through Target Corporation. It just excites me unbelievably. Wow,
Must feel very, very self-fulfilling.
You know, I try to be very humble about it, but I'm so proud of them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So what do you think the number one obstacle for others to bring about their own passions in their lives?
I think fear can be a really big obstacle, but I also think, another obstacle can be if you've never really faced hardships, if you've never really had to be woken up to life as to really why are you here, that can be an obstacle. I mean, I really took the difficult things that happened in my life, and I really, came to a new understanding of how life is about what I can give, and it's about my faith, and it's about serving, and it's about loving other people. And when I had that awakening, my life has become so incredibly rich. So I think having something that really makes you not just exist, but really awaken to life and live it and realize, we have such a short time here. And what's the real meaning? What's the real purpose? And it's a blessing to really realize that. And I guess I can say I've been surrounded by people who are really have awakenings to life too, and are doing really great things too, and that's inspiring to me also.
So walking into that fear, I'm hearing from you, is very important.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't go, it's like that child's story. You can't go around it, you can't go through it, or you can't go under it, you got to go through it. And man, it makes you so strong when you get to the other side and you realize, wow, it wasn't as bad, first of all, and second of all, you just have this sense of self and power that you'd never had before.
I'm going to read a statistic to you, and I'd like your response of what you think this reflects. According to a new study that the CDC just came out with, 30 million Americans take prescription antidepressants. It's the number one prescribed drug for Americans aged 18 to 44. What do you think this reflects, Kelli?
Wow, that's a sad statistic. That's a tough one for me to answer in a lot of respects because depression is no joke. And I've had it in my family, and if it's serious, medication helps. But I have to say that with any drug, I think in the United States, we overprescribe so easily, and we think a drug is an answer, and it's not always an answer. My doctor said to me when I had to deal with antidepressants, they said, it's the life jacket, but it doesn't get you to shore. And I think it's really important to remember with any prescription drug that you got to do the swimming. I think, what was the other part of your question? What do I think of the statistic?
What do you think it reflects? In other words, we were talking about passion,
right?
And here's a whole big segment of society very depressed. And then we have passionate people like you, Kelli.
Yeah.
So,
I think it does reflect that there's a lot of people that still need to find their passions. I think that everybody's given a purpose. Everybody is given some kind of gift. And I think it's so important to realize that your life is to figure out what that is. And when you get caught up in other things, or you've had a lot of things happen and you haven't gotten through them or done the counseling or found your peace with God, sometimes you're not able to see that and not able to realize that, and you think that just by taking a medication it'll make you feel better, and it doesn't. Life is about action. We just cannot be stagnant people. We have to be active people. That's what makes us happy. And so many of the stories in your book are just all about being active, being involved, being in life. And, that's the way I want to be. And the first thing they'll tell you even about depression is get moving. The number one cure for it is exercise. So be with people. We are people. We need to be around people. So
wonderful. You're leading right into my next question. What are some tips that you could offer the viewers to nurture a passion-centered life?
For me, it's surround yourself with passionate people. I'm very blessed. I have a mother who is amazingly passionate. She's into theater and so many other things, but she finally, a year and a half ago, did her first movie. I mean, really, my mom is in the movies. So surrounding yourself with passionate people. I've got a lot of girlfriends who, really do what they say they want to do, and they're passionate about it, passionate about their faith, passionate about being involved in the community. I think another thing is connect with whatever you think your spiritual sense or self is. What makes me passionate is being connected with my God and my higher power, because I ask not just about what's life like for me. It's not about my ego. I ask God, what are your plans, and help me to bring them to fruition. So a sense of faith is something I would hugely advise, because it really makes you realize that there's so much of a bigger picture than ourselves, and God has such an amazing plan for us, but we just have to ask for, the guidance and the help in that, and the most amazing things happen when we do that.
Absolutely, and we see it in the research that spirituality is a big component of thriving.
Oh, huge. It's the first thing that I wake up with, and the last thing I go to sleep with is my faith.
Well, wonderful. So what does age potential mean to you, Kelli, and how do you intend to live it out?
Well, I love what your book says about age potential. Age potential means what's growing old, I think there's such a beautiful way of looking at growing old, and the old, let's just throw out what they've done in the past. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as what your age is. I think it's how you feel on the inside. And age potential to me is you've got the potential to do anything at any age. It doesn't matter what your age is, you have got the potential. Like you said, think age, think potential, think age potential. You can do anything at any age. Potential means all things are possible. Age to me, especially for women, you can get so caught up in that and the beauty part of it. And age is really how you feel and what you're doing. And I really believe in just keeping active and living out what your age potential is, and being whatever potential you can be at whatever age you are.
Love it, love it. Anything else you would like to leave? Any inspiration of sorts would you like to leave with the viewers?
I just would love to leave the inspiration of my Latino students. I'm so proud of them. They're with a group called Youth in Action, and they're all over St. Paul Public Schools in 9th through 12th grade, and every day they are getting on different school buses and staying in after-school programs and getting, the extra good grade, and working with their mentors and working on getting their deferred action papers. I'm so proud of them, and I'm so blessed to have a wonderful family. Honestly, I think we are so enhanced by our surroundings, and I've been very lucky to have a really great family and support group of friends.
Thank you. Age potential is definitely an individualistic path, and I thank you so much for sharing your story and your path. Thank you, Kelli.
Thanks.
The ability to make a significant difference is not limited by age, life position, or circumstances. Purpose, passion, and meaning are accessible to all. Won't you, like Kelli, act on your passion